Hey folks, it's Kary Oberbrunner, and drum roll, we have a very big announcement for you today. Hey, listen, if you've been around for any amount of time, you know that I often experiment. I don't mind being the guinea pig. I don't mind being the one who says, look, I'll run into the battle. I'll see if it works. I'll take some shots and I'll teach people what I learn. Why? Because I like to be a pioneer. Honestly, it's how I'm wired. But I also love to um, just set you up for success. And I know there's a lot of authors out there today with their books, their brands, their businesses, and the market has been disrupted. The same way of marketing does not work for your book launches. And we know this. Why? Because we are a book writing, publishing, and marketing agency. We are Igniting Souls. We help people turn their book into 18 streams of income. And so the last 2 years, I've been experimenting with a lot of different things. One of the expressions of that has been blockchain life. So if you've read blockchain life, if you've seen blockchain life, you know that I show in that book that the world has changed. So just look at the last few books really quick here. You got Unhackable, where I basically said, look, the way the human brain has been designed is getting hacked by all kinds of digital disruption. So that book really showed like, look, we need to think differently. We need to use our brains differently if we're going to achieve our dreams. Then with blockchain life, I basically said, look, here's all the changes that are happening in Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3. And we are right now in Web 3. I'm told that Apple is putting out their VR or AR headset in the next quarter, this quarter. But here's what I know, folks. Today's big announcement is about how we are going to do a launch differently. And to me, I think it's an experiment. I think it's fun. I think it's going to be amazing. But if you don't know, I wrote a poetry book. And you might be like, what in the heck is this dude talking about? Poetry was actually the first genre that I ever wrote. I never published a poetry book, but I always wrote poetry because it's actually what helped me kind of overcome self-injury. It's what helped me express my angst in life. And I basically pushed that genre aside because it wasn't practical. It didn't have utility, if you will. But what I decided recently is to put out a book that has 100 photographs, 100 poems, and 100 NFTs. Now you might say, what is an NFT and why would you do an NFT? Here's what I know. We have a launch team where every launch team I've ever done, instead of it being about me, I make it be about the launch team. So there is a launch team that is being leaked out today, and this is the big announcement. And what that launch team is going to do is it's going to be a private small group of people. You're invited. And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing with an NFT launch. Let me take you in right now and show you a little bit, okay? So first of all, there's some important links. And if you can tag a friend, if you can share this, that would be awesome. Tag somebody who's an author. Tag any author that you know. Because if they're going to keep doing launches the same way, they're going to miss out. So Poetry is the Portal literally launched today. Big thanks to Brooke Chambers. Big thanks to Lena on the front cover. Good Morgan. Big thanks to Mark and Shelley Thomas, who are still building their launch pages. Big thanks to Ricky Mildebrandt, who's just done a ton of work. Big thanks to Chris Oburn, Debbie, all kinds of people. But you'll see here that it's already a #1 new release. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. But what's interesting is that you'll see here that it's a very different type of poetry book. It's basically short poems that, in my opinion, help you become a soul on fire. Okay. So the whole point of this is that I want you to become more alive, more awake, more on fire. And I believe that this poetry book is actually going to help you do that. So it's taking Mark and Shelley Thomas photography. It's 100 photographs with 100 poems and 100 NFTs, non-fungible tokens. So here's our friend Renee Vidor. Before I met you, I was haunted by the idea of your existence. Now that I know you're real, I'm only haunted by the idea of your departure. This was at Shawshank. There's many tribe people in the actual book. So if you're a tribe person, if we could tag Brandy, if we could tag, so Brandy May, Sarah Grandstaff, you have Natalie, uh, Natalie Hansen. Like, there's all kinds of people that are. So this is like a tribe project, if you will. But what's interesting, folks, is that I want to share with you some behind the scenes of what's actually happening here. Because again, whenever I do a writing, it's not about me. And so here you go. This is what you get. This is what's happening. So right now, if you go to karyoberbrunner.com/poetry, karyoberbrunner.com/poetry, you'll see here that we actually have an NFT launch coming as well. Now, the NFT launch has what's called off-chain benefits. I just want to show you a couple of these things. If you're like, Kary, I have no idea what you're talking about. That's why you need to join the launch team. Okay. I'm just going to be honest and say, like, that's why you need to, because Starbucks just launched their Odyssey loyalty engagement program. In a few weeks, I'm meeting with the Ohio Restaurant Association for all of Ohio, and I'm teaching them about NFTs and how to increase customer engagement through restaurant non-fungible tokens. Okay. There's many universities that are like, don't get confused with NFTs and think, oh my gosh, what is he talking about? Think about it as a digital key. It's a key. It's a key that opens up benefits. So watch what happens with our NFTs here. This is pretty cool. I'm going to take you to a page and I'm going to show you that here's an example of a marketplace for NFTs. It's called OpenSea. But if you look here, watch this. We only have launched one or two. These are basically, we're testing things right now. So the NFTs you can't even buy, but each NFT, there's only going to be 100 NFTs. You're going to be able to own the NFT, the non-fungible token. You're going to get what's called a smart contract. The smart contract is right here. There's all kinds of cool stuff. I can't wait to teach you, but I'm going to teach you when you're inside the launch team on how to do a lot of this stuff. And by the way, we have Firing and all this stuff. So great job, Firing. They've been very supportive. But you'll notice that when you buy this NFT, you actually get a signed coffee table book. Okay. And that's just one of many benefits. Watch these other benefits. This is what I'm saying. If you're an author, coach, speaker, trainer, you could actually have 18 different streams of income that are NFTs. Let me say that again, folks. Did you catch that? You could have 18 streams of income from your book, and they're all NFTs. Unbelievable. Okay, this is what I'm saying. This is what's coming. So A, if you're part of the launch team, say that you're part of it. B, tag a friend, tag an author. C, go to karyoberbrunner.com/poetry. But watch this. This is what you do when you get an NFT. You could get a coaching session. You could go to Igniting Souls Europe. We're actually doing that on July 1. Okay, you could get flowers shipped to you. You could give back to B1G1, where we're helping people that are in suffering situations all across the world. In fact, I just received today, so team, write this down. Paul Dunn, the director of B1G1, is going to wake up in the middle of the night for our launch party and join us as a lot of you know B1G1. We're giving back some of the resources to B1G1 to help people. You could get a physical product. You could get a digital product. This is the first ever that I know of that someone is actually tying a book launch and a book itself to an NFT project that then has off-chain benefits. Off-chain benefits means that these are gifts. These are prizes. Okay. And you might say, well, Kary, like, how is this possible? How are you doing this? What do I need to do? So to me, this is the way of the future. To me, our society has now moved into experiences. Like, think about this. When I took a bunch of people to Shawshank, that literally was a book-based experience. I took people in 2016, 2015, and 2014 to Shawshank Prison. Now, I didn't sell it as an NFT, but I could have. Now, why would you sell something as an NFT, everybody? Because if you sell something as an NFT, there's limited amounts, and there's the ability for you to resell it. And by the way, if you resell an NFT, the creator gets 10%. So imagine right now I see Travis. Travis is here. Travis wrote a book all about fireflies, and it's amazing. And let's put Travis's link. And Travis is amazing. Really, he is amazing. He's got a story about overcoming abuse as a child. It's a very powerful book. But imagine if Travis linked some of his products and services that we teach. We teach that your book is not a business card. Imagine if he linked those to NFTs. Well, if he linked those to NFTs, people could say, "Yeah, I want to book time with Travis." And if Travis said, "Look, I'm only doing 5 coaching sessions for the next month," those coaching sessions could increase in value. And if people bought them and resold them, it benefits the original buyer. It benefits you, the creator. You get 10% on every time that thing resells. So hang on. I'm going to pull a book off the bookshelf here. So here's a book. My wife's a counselor. So here's a book that is about surviving an eating disorder. I saw that this book was printed in 1997. 1997. This book has been sold and resold many, 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 many times. You know how many times the author got paid? Once. And if this thing got sold again at Half Price Books or at a garage sale, the author never gets paid again. Why is that? Musicians don't have that problem. Musicians get royalties every time that song is played. Imagine if you as an author got paid every time your book was sold and resold. Guess what? It's now true because of non-fungible tokens. Folks, if you think, this is just, what's so big about this? Let me share with you this. Next Tuesday and this is really cool. Watch this. You got to watch this. I've never showed this before. This is pretty amazing. So watch what I'm about to share. If you think this is just a fad, what's going on? No big deal. I am speaking next Tuesday and the 26th, whatever day the 26th is. I'm speaking for the United States Patent and Trademark Office. I'm speaking on how trademarks and patents are being disrupted by NFTs. So they only have 3 panels. One's on copyrights, one's on trademarks, one's on patents. I was able to get into 2 out of the 3 to speak. And why is that important? Because, folks, for years and years and years, we've always protected intellectual property with patents, copyrights, and trademarks. The world knows right now there is massive disruption going on. And anytime there's disruption and decentralization, the Fire Ring knows this. I taught them last week. Anytime that happens in society, there are major winners and there are major losers. Okay, so when we had disruption in the at first with cryptocurrency, major winners, major losers. When we had disruption with technology, automobiles, washing machines, like anytime there's been a disruption in our society with anything, there are major winners and there are major losers. And so what I want to do is I just want to show you, like, here's me next week teaching on 2 private panels, actually public panels. You can actually join. I did a post the other day about it if you want to watch. But we are literally meeting with the United States Patent, Trade, and Copyright Office because we want they know that, hey, things are changing and the economy is changing and IP is changing. Folks, if you're an author, you are a creator of intellectual property. Someone just messaged me yesterday. I'm not going to say if this is good or bad, but they said, "Kary, I just wrote a whole poetry book with GPT. They said I just put in keywords and it spit out all my poems." Folks, I didn't do that, but I'm telling you, there's disruption happening. That's a little woo-woo. Like, there are people who literally are just pumping in keywords, and with GPT, books are cranking out. If you're an author, you got to be aware of that. What makes your book distinct, unique from artificial intelligence? And if you're like, whatever, you know what? We said, whatever to Amazon years ago. Why would Amazon ever work? Well, here they are. Okay. So my point is that, folks, you can either try to navigate this yourself, and you can say, I'm going to try to figure out all this stuff myself. I'm going to try to go navigate this new internet world. Or what I'm saying is, you can bond with a small tribe of people. I'm going to invite you to be part of this. It's called Poetry is the Portal launch team. I'm going to show you how to get in, and I'm going to show you all the benefits that you get. So how much does it cost you? It costs you a purchase of the Poetry is the Portal book. Why? Because I'm going to teach you exactly why I did it and how I did it. It's going to become your textbook. So here's what you get. If you watch this video, click the video, watch my bald, watch my bald head, KaryOberbrunner.com/poetry. We are going to give you a private community with global influencers. We're going to give you tips, tools, and tactics for your future NFT launch. We're going to give you some behind-the-scenes strategic training and Q&A. Like, we'll literally be you and me in a small group, and you can ask questions. You're going to get the exclusive Poetry is the Portal audiobook. Yes, an audiobook on poetry. It's not what you think. I'm going to show exactly why I did it the way I did. You're going to get what's called whitelisted for the NFT collection drop. So if you're like, hey, I want to go to Europe with you, Kary, who wants to go to Paris with me? Type in Paris, okay? But that is on July 1. And some of you, may want to come to Paris. Awesome. Early access, don't miss this, folks. Early access to join the March Poetry Challenge. I can't tell you a ton about this, but I will tell you that there is going to be a cash prize, that there is a poetry challenge all during the month of March, and we are going to gather a group of people who maybe love poetry, maybe have never done poetry, but we are going to together write in March a poetry book. We're going to supply you with the photographs, and you're going to be able to publish the poetry book in Poetry Month, which is April. And we have all kinds of prizes and launches and so exciting things coming. But here's what I know. The insiders are the ones who are going to get all the access. They're going to be able to run to the front of the line. They're going to be able to know what's going on. And that's the group. So if you say, Kary, where are you spending the next, 30 days? Who are you building into? Who's ever part of the Poetry is the Portal launch team? Fire Ring is already in there, a lot of them. And they learned, they spent, some of you saw the pictures last week and you're like, oh my gosh, I wish it was there. They already have a head start. They're already learning a ton of things. They already have incredible worksheets, and they're going to be launching their NFT collections in spring. So Marty wants to go to Paris. Hey, Marty, we might make it happen, my friend. Somebody just wrote something in French, I think. I don't know. Listen, man, you could school me. But my point is this, folks. Where else are you going to learn this? Where else are you going to learn blockchain technology, non-fungible tokens, cutting-edge technology with book publishing? Because I'll tell you what, you are the pioneers, and whoever makes it first to market has market share. That's how I've always stayed really relevant, is I've said, look, instead of watching the news, I'm going to try to make the news. And you might say, Kary, that sounds really arrogant. You know what? I think your dream is big enough. I think your dream needs to make the news. I think your book should be in the news. I think that you should stop playing small. If you're playing small, maybe you're not playing small, but there's a lot of people that play small. And I don't know about you, but I've had a lot of people pass recently. I don't know, maybe you can agree with me. Some of you know somebody who passed that she was like 41 years old, And I was a pastor to her family, and she just passed away. And listen, folks, like, it can happen that quick. And last time I checked, I love this quote. It says, "What's the most valuable land on planet Earth? Is it the diamonds in Africa? Is it New York City? No, it's the graveyard. It's the graveyard, because that's where people died with their dreams still inside them. That's where people died. Just today, Linda Outka, she's great. I was talking with her. Her and I have a monthly coaching chat with each other. She coaches me, I coach her. She's fantastic. She said, "Kary, how do you feel about experimenting with all this stuff and taking risks and expanding and making things happen?" And I said, "Linda, it's so exciting. It is so exciting. I give a big shout out to the Igniting Souls team that I get to work with every day. Big shout out to Sarah Grandstaff, who's the integrator, who allows me to be able to dream this stuff up. But the reason why I'm doing all this, folks, is because now, think about it. Now I can take all the knowledge and I can go right to our clients, a lot of Ethos clients, a lot of Author Academy Elite clients, and we can say, look, here's how to do it, and here's how to win, and here's how to avoid time and money. And I can fast track people to more success and ignite more souls. So, folks, I'm going to challenge you right now, literally, to go to Amazon and buy Poetry is the Portal. The official launch is on February 15th. I'm going to be speaking, by the way, in Indiana. I told this, tag an Indiana or Illinois Author Academy Elite member. I sent out a special email. I'm willing to share the stage with any Author Academy Elite author. I'm going to share a picture with you so you can see what I'm saying. But I'm going to be speaking at Grace College in Indiana on February 13th. Michelle Weidenbrenner, just because I know she's from Indiana, I reached out to her. She's in. So there's her book. This is free. And I said, any other Author Academy Elite author who wants to speak and do a book signing, I'll take care of all the details. So if that's you, you should have received an email. If you didn't get an email, you can reach out to support@igniting-souls.com. We'll get you in the lineup. But folks, this is how much I care about you. I want you to make it happen. They asked me to speak, and I'm like, listen, can I bring my clients? Can I bring my students? Can I bring the authors that have done such a great job? So that's February 13th. And then on the 14th, I'm speaking at their chapel and meeting with their president and doing some other cool stuff. And then on the 15th, we're launching Poetry is the Portal live stream with Mark and Shelley Thomas, with Paul Dunn, with some of the models from the book. So the main thing you need to do, the one and only call to action today, if you truly want to be in the know, is to buy the ebook or the audiobook's coming. Actually, we give you the audiobook if you join the launch team. So you either get the Kindle or the paperback right now, and then you run over to karyoberbrunner.com/poetry, and you basically say, great, now I got my textbook, and now I'm going to join the launch team. And you complete the launch team, write that Amazon review, and then you're into the private community. And that's where we're going to be investing and teaching thousands of dollars worth of education. Okay? So any questions? If you got any questions, go ahead and pop in the chat right now. But I see people literally, I'll show you this. I'm not making this up. Some of you are jumping in right now. How can I tell? Because we have a Google spreadsheet. And when the Google spreadsheet has somebody who joins, then, so 16 minutes ago, somebody joined and jumped in. So Poetry is the Portal VIP launch team. Boom, here you go. A user just jumped in. So we have people literally jumping in, and we may shut it down. If it gets to a point where it's like, hey, we can't keep adding value because there's too many people, then we may shut it down. But right now we're opening it up. You are the first to know, and love to have you there. So price of admission for a massive education is $9.99, $9.99, an ebook or a physical book. And then you'll get the audiobook as well, and you'll get a massive training. Okay. All right. Folks, this was a blast. We'll talk soon. and you're going to start seeing a lot about this Poetry is the Portal. It's going to help a good cause, B1G1. Thanks to all the people who were in the book who said, hey, you can use my picture. They gave us permission. Thanks to Mark and Shelley Photography. They're doing awesome. And this was a dream to do a project with them. So be a soul on fire. We'll be in touch, and definitely tag a friend and share about this. All right. Take care. We'll see you.